mental issues as at that point. So they have been charged now, and we hope that justice will be served, just as we had justice in the case of Derek Chauvin, the American police officer who killed George Floyd. Max Verstappen is saying that their performance at the Grand Prix was their best, that they gave their absolute best, and that was why they had to, finish second, and that was what they could have achieved. Okay, so we'll see what happens going forward with Red Bull. And in athletics, we can tell you that Nigeria's 4x100 meters relay women team, for the women, they have provisionally qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Good evening, welcome to Sports Fiesta. It is live on 92.7 KFM, Benin City. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Ibracadabra because I do sports presentation and analysis with a touch of magic. Egosa Egbekan, the sports maestro, is also here. Egosa, let's begin. In Italy, we hear that Jose Mourinho, the special one, well, it seems he has lost that special touch for some seasons now, but he has been appointed as the new manager of AS Roma. He will be taking charge in the 2021-2022 season. He will be replacing fellow Portuguese Paulo Fonseca, who Rona announced earlier on Tuesday will leave the club at the end of the current season. Mourinho himself was sacked as Tottenham manager boss on the 19th of April, and he has said he will wait to get back to football following his dismissal. And we know that he has even gone into punditry. So look, it seems now that you can't be sure of anything that people say in the world today. Somebody will tell you one thing and the next minute he's doing something else. Jose Mourinho said he was going to take his time, and I was thinking maybe he will even be eyeing the job of the Portuguese manager, although he said a long time ago that he is too active to want to be the football manager of a national the national team football manager for now, that he will wait until he's like 70 before he thinks of the national team, because he wants regular action every week. Activities. Yeah, that's how he thrives. So, but now he has agreed to join AS Roma.
Well, I think this is a good one. Congrats to Jose Mourinho for getting a new job. I knew right from when he was sacked that except he wants a sabbatical, or he just wants maybe to take time to do some other things before coming back as a manager. But I think despite the fact that he failed to win any silverware at Tottenham Hotspur, but he's still one of the proven managers as far as football is concerned, and he has done so well. So whether he has lost the special touch or whatever, but I think AS Roma haven't spoken to him, the project, the ideas on ground and everything. I think it fits both parties. That's the reason why they had to appoint him. And to me, when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is good. This is the same league where he did wonders almost 11 years ago, and since then Inter, they're just winning the first Scudetto since he left them almost 11 years ago. So going back to Italy to replicate same, I think it's going to be good, but it's not going to be a quick one. They have to be patient with him. So giving him a 3-year contract, I think it was really good. At least Roma right now, they are struggling to make it to Europa League. So if they're able to do that, I think Jose might just start from there and see how he can ensure that they play regularly in the UEFA Champions League, because that is where Jose would like to play, and also to ensure that Roma is a force to reckon with. They can compete with the likes of Juventus, Inter, and AC Milan. So for me, when you want to rebrand your club, all you need is to get the right people, put them in the right positions, and in a matter of time you start seeing the difference. So good one for Jose. He has done very well wherever he went, and apart from that of Tottenham, I think it was just
is Roma better than Tottenham? Is Roma bigger? Do they have a bigger profile than Tottenham Hotspur?
Maybe that is what he wants to do with them.
What does he want to do with them that he couldn't do at Tottenham Hotspur?
Well,
I'm thinking look, no disrespect to Roma. Roma is a massive club, really big. But when you look at what's going on in Italy now, they are not among the biggest clubs in Italy. They are not the three of the three biggest clubs. You are looking at Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan. Before you start looking at Roma and Napoli, you could put Roma and Napoli
in the same,
they're on the same pedestal. Come on, from Chelsea to Manchester United to Tottenham Hotspur in England. I mean, you can understand from Chelsea. After the sacking and everything, took some time off. But join Manchester United, you could understand that. Manchester United is even a bigger brand than Chelsea.
Sure.
You might argue that in recent years, Chelsea have won more than Manchester United. But we know that Manchester United is the most successful club when you're talking about the English Premier League. They've won it more times than any other club. It's only Liverpool that has more Champions League titles than them. Liverpool has got 6, Manchester United on 3. Then you can say, okay, you understand why he joined Manchester United. But even he's joining Tottenham Hotspur, many argue
that was not
Tottenham Hotspur, no disrespect to them, but if you have managed Chelsea, you've managed Manchester United, you've managed Real Madrid, you have managed Inter Milan, why are you going to Tottenham Hotspur? And now, after leaving Tottenham Hotspur, you're joining AS Roma. Not if you are going back to Italy, not Inter Milan,
not AC
Milan,
not Juventus.
You are going to AS Roma.
Yeah, maybe he wants to help build AS Roma to become that force that they want to become. So it's a matter of time. Let's just see how Jose.
We've not had that one billionaire has bought AS Roma the way it happened with Chelsea, where he whatever player he wants, he's going to get them.
And maybe that's the reason why he chose to accept the job. Maybe they must have talked about how to get some quality players to reinforce the club. That's the only way to go. Even when Inter were taking over, they went on the transfer and to transfer market, and they bought quality players, and now they are champions. So for you to make a statement to compete at the highest level, you have to spend. So I think AS Roma, they are ready to spend, and maybe the kind of players that Jose will want to help rebrand the team, they have what it takes to bring these players. So I don't think Jose just put pen to paper just because he wants a job or he just wants to return to the touchline. No, but he wants to do something with AS Roma. So many are surprised right now that Mourinho is joining AS Roma. But maybe in the next 2-3 years, I'm sure AS Roma will not be where they are at the moment. Maybe that's what they want to do with him. So let's see how it's going to go, because many will feel, all the places that he won, all the trophies, yes, they are all big clubs. But let's see how he can take a small club and make that small club a big club. Maybe that is the kind of assignment.
Well, he tried it with Tottenham Hotspur and it did not work. Tottenham Hotspur is a particularly small club. I mean, they are not Burnley, but it didn't work out there. Now he's going to AS Roma. We'll see what happens, especially with the resurgence of Inter Milan, the club that he transformed. He told Rafa Benitez, who took over from him at Inter Milan, when they were having their spats, they are usually having this back and forth. He told him that, look, you destroyed the best team in Europe. And really, as at the time that Jose Mourinho left Inter Milan to join Real Madrid, they were the best club in Europe. They had just won the treble. They had fantastic players. But when Rafa Benitez took over, they struggled. Since then, since Jose Mourinho left, they have not won the Italian Serie A title. So anyway, let's hear from Jose Mourinho himself. He said, "Thank you to the Franklin family for choosing me to lead this great club and to be part of their vision." Then he went on to say, "After meetings with the ownership and Thiago Pinto, I immediately understood the full extent of their ambitions. It is the same ambition and drive that has always motivated me, and together we want to build a winning project. The incredible passion of the Roma fans convinced me to accept the job, and I cannot wait to start next season." He said something similar when he joined Tottenham Hotspur. But with AS Roma, at least that passion that their fans have for the club, they have for football generally. It will be wonderful if he's able to get them to win the title. I think the last time they won it was when they had Gabriel Batistuta then, and Francesco Totti, of course, who only played for AS Roma his entire career. So it would be great to see if they would be able to win the Italian Serie A title again.
Yeah, even if Jose fails to win the Scudetto for them, the first attempt or the second attempt, maybe other domestic titles, you know, he could fight for maybe the Coppa Italia and other domestic titles before looking forward to seeing the kind of players that he was able to challenge Juventus and all. If not that Inter spent and then knew what they wanted from the onset. I don't think, even with the struggling of Juventus would have still been ahead of Inter. But here we are with games to spare. They are already crowned champions. So even Andre Pirlo right now, I don't know if he will be at the helm of affair next season at Juve, knowing full well that Inter are already crowned champions. But he could still remain there to see how he can rejuvenate Juventus, because they dominated for 9 years. So for me, I think that's the best way to go. Even Antonio Conte, that did it for Inter, was once Juventus manager, and he knows how to win trophies. So once you have a manager that knows how to win trophies, it's a matter of time. Trophies will start coming into the trophy cabinets. It's just a matter of time. So I just want to see how Jose will take AS Roma. Even Claudio Ranieri right now is the manager of Sampdoria. So and even Sampdoria, they are struggling. But many will question Claudio Ranieri for choosing AS Sampdoria amongst other clubs in Italy.
Okay, let's go on now to this story. Really sad. But we hear that a police officer tasered ex-footballer Delian Atkinson 6 times longer than is the standard practice before kicking him twice in the head. This is what has been told to a jury. PC Benjamin Monk is charged with the murder of Delian Atkinson during an altercation in Shropshire in 2016. He appeared at the Birmingham Crown Court for the first day of his career with co-accused PC Mary Ellen Bentley Smith, who is charged with assault. The former Aston Villa star, he died after he was tasered for 33 seconds. They said the standard practice is 5 seconds, and after that 5 seconds, PC Benjamin continued pulling the trigger, and then Atkinson went into a shock. He was 48 at that time. And you know, if I'm sure you've seen how the taser works. Maybe you've seen it in the movie when they shoot it at somebody. It's supposed to be non-lethal, but when you hold it for too long, it can create some serious problems. So prosecutors said that the default setting for a taser is 5 seconds, but PC Monk, who was 42, continued to press the trigger and then that overrode the system for 33 seconds. Then PC Monk and 31-year-old PC Bentley Smith, they were officers with West Marshall Police. They arrived at Mr. Atkinson's father's home in Meadow Close, Telford, shortly after 1:30 a.m. on the 15th of August, after neighbors had reported that Atkinson was acting strangely and shouting in latest news from the West Midlands. And then Smith, she used her PC Monk kicked him in the head with such force that imprints of his bootlaces were left in 2 parts of Mr. Atkinson's forehead, while his female companion struck him with the baton a couple of times while he lay on the ground. Both officers, jurors they were in a relationship at the time of the incident. They deny wrongdoing, and however, the prosecution is saying that the use of force was excessive and sustained, while Mr. Atkinson posed no threats. And what they said happened was that the guy was acting strangely, and then he was claiming that he was the Messiah. And clearly, when you see something like that happening, you know automatically that this person has got a mental problem. I mean, why will another human being be claiming that he's the Messiah and all of that? And if something like that is happening, there is a way you have to address it. It's not like he was threatening them. He wasn't armed. He wasn't holding a knife or a gun or anything that will make them act this way. And sure, because of cases like this, there are now laws in place that when you have a case like this, when you can see that this is a mentally disturbed individual, it shouldn't be the police that should go there.
You call the psychiatrist.
It shouldn't be the police. Lethal force should not be applied at all. But unfortunately, maybe because of lack of proper training, this thing happened, and now Delian Atkinson has been killed because of this altercation. So we wait to see what will happen. The trial is going to continue. PC Monk denies murder as well as an alternative charge of manslaughter. PC Bentley Smith denies assault occasioning actual bodily harm. So we'll see what will happen if what happened in the United States with Ndorok Chauvin, who was found guilty of all the three charges. Maybe that is going to somehow influence this case. But officers should be careful. I mean, even if we know something is wrong, you have to find a way to resolve the issue so that nobody loses their life because of something that should be a misdemeanor. Look at George Floyd. What was the case? Counterfeiting. They said he bought something. He bought a pack of cigarettes with.
Is that enough?
With a counterfeit $20 bill. It's possible that he himself was scammed, and that's how the money came into his possession. Even the young man who invited the police is now feeling remorse. He was crying when he came to give his testimony, and he said if he had known that it would lead
to that level,
I can't breathe, that he would not even have called the police, even though he could see clearly that a crime was being committed. And it wasn't like George Floyd, after paying with the counterfeit bill, ran away. I mean, if he knew that was a counterfeit bill, chances are that the moment he came out, he would have just zoomed off. But he was there. He was staying in his car with his friends, Biff, and the cashier that collected the money came and confronted him to say, you gave me fake currency, you know. But unfortunately, it led to his death. Let's go on this break. We'll be right back.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
Yes, Nasco quality cornflakes are so full of nourishing goodness because they are whole-flaked cornflakes. Whole-flaked cornflakes are made by a natural flaking process that retains all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family. So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole-flaked Nasco cornflakes. Nasco cornflakes, nourishing goodness anytime.
All right, welcome back to Sports Fiesta, live on 92.7 KFM at Benin City. Okay, let's come to Nigeria now and talk about this. Look, there's serious trouble brewing in sports because we hear that the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, he has charged the newly inaugurated caretaker committees of the 30 Sports Federation to be focused in the best interest of the nation. Speaking during their inauguration in Abuja on Tuesday, the minister said the dissolution of the sports federations became necessary because of the expiration of the tenures of those associations. So, quoting him now, it is also important because of the Tokyo Olympics, which is less than 90 days away. This requires that all hands are on deck because continuity is necessary to ensure preparations for the games are not hampered in any way. The caretaker committees were thus specifically selected to reflect our aspirations towards podium appearances at the Tokyo Olympics. Then the minister warned that he will not hesitate to remove any caretaker committee that works at cross purposes with the federation's aspirations. Quoting him, "It is also important for the caretaker committees to know that your jobs terminate immediately after the Olympics, as elections into the federations will be guided by the constitutions and the code of governance. All the federations with qualifiers will get needed support. We don't have all the money, but we have the commitment. Let us know what you need and we will support you all the way." So that was what the minister said. But as I said, there is trouble because the federations that have been dissolved, they also had a meeting and they actually came out with a statement. So this is what they say. Their position is entitled "Rejection of Illegal and Unlawful Dissolution of 31 Boards of Sports Federations." Reading from the statement, board members of the 31 sports federations met at the Presken Hotel, Abuja on Tuesday, May 4th, 2021, and totally rejected the arbitrary and untimely dissolution of the boards of duly and democratically elected federations. The board members also condemned and rejected the establishment of caretaker committees over duly and democratically elected sports federations whose tenure were yet to expire. The members unequivocally stated that on no account will the caretaker committee be recognized by the international bodies of the various sports federations in place of the duly elected boards. The federations noted that the Minister of Youth and Sports and the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development lied when they claimed that the tenures of the boards have expired. Board elections were held on June 13, 2017, and the inauguration into office was done on July 10, 2017 for a 4-year tenure. The tenure will then expire. The tenure will therefore expire on July 10, 2021 and not April 30, 2021. We mentioned this a couple of days ago when the federations were dissolved. Board members wish to inform the public that no provision in the Code of Governance empowers the minister to dissolve boards of duly elected and democratically elected federations, and no legislation, law, regulation, or instrument empowers the minister or the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development to set up caretaker committees. The board members of the 31 sports federations hereby give the minister a 48-hour ultimatum within which he has to rescind and reverse all unlawful pronouncements he made over the dissolution of duly appointed board members of sports federations or face appropriate reactions from the federations. The minister and the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports is urged to desist from jeopardizing the future of our youth, especially Nigeria's sportsmen and women, by putting the country at risk of being banned from participating at the forthcoming Tokyo Olympic Games. The board members restated that sports caretaker committees can never be allowed to replace duly elected boards whose tenures are yet to expire. It also stated that it will do all in its power to stop autocracy in sports, especially in democratic dispensation, and they is signed by 31 federations: aquatic, athletics, badminton, basketball, boxing, chess, cricket, cycling, darts, deaf sports, fives, golf, gymnastics, handball, hockey, judo, karate, kickboxing, wushu, kung fu, rowing, canoeing and yachting, rugby, Scrabble, shooting, squash, table tennis, taekwondo, tennis, traditional sports, volleyball, weightlifting, and wrestling. There is trouble.
There's trouble, honestly. And looking at the way things are going at the moment, well, the minister said it was very nice to have a critical committee before the Olympics, and now they are saying it should have been June, even when they were sworn in July. So April to June or July, we still have a couple of maybe about 2 months. But I think they can as well resolve all these issues without having a the kind of crisis.
Yeah, but why not even just wait after the Olympics
then see how at least they want to function.
What good will the caretaker committee do? And I don't know if we are talking about I don't know, maybe the minister has his reasons. Well, he attempted to explain it here, but I'm just thinking if even this caretaker committee are going to be leaving after the Olympics, what's the point of having them come in?
When you know that election will soon take place and the new board will come in, then the tenure of the former board, will elapse. But all the same, now 31 federations all going against what the minister has done, the solution of the 31 federations. Well, I think it's not the right thing to do, but as the minister, I think he has his own reasons as well. But if dissolving the federations, if it's something that will give Nigeria, a huge lift at the Olympics, well,
is it going to? I mean, that's what we're looking at, because the main reason that he is giving is that the tenure has expired. Let's say, for the sake of argument, we agree that the tenure has expired. Has expired for how long? Let's say a week or 2 weeks, and then you have Olympics coming. Are we saying that the international bodies governing these sports, let's say Wrestling Federation, the body in charge of wrestling internationally, are they saying that if Nigeria, because the board of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation has expired,
they are going to sanction them?
Was there any threat like that?
I don't think so.
Or World Athletics, have they said if AFN, they don't conduct elections? I think where we had that issue was in particular that crisis between the factions in the AFN.
That of Olamide George and Guzo also.
Yeah, sure, Guzo.
Guzo Gomer.
No, it's Guzo. Yeah. It's Guzo. So this is what I think is the major problem. But now all boards have been affected, and they said they have been dissolved. But I'm just looking at why not wait until maybe after the Olympics? You have a major international sports competition coming. Is any international sports governing body insisting that the tenure of the Nigerian Sports Federation has expired, and if we do not change them or put a caretaker committee in place, there will be problem for Nigeria. Nigeria is going to get banned. I mean, I'm trying to make sense of the whole thing to understand why it was necessary for Nigeria to be in this position. Because now you have the board members who say their tenure has not expired. They are threatening fire and brimstone. And now you have the minister insisting that there is a caretaker committee.
I just hope this will not go on to disrupt the plans and preparation for the athletes.
That's exactly what you are going to get, because now the athletes will be confused. Who's in charge? Who's really in charge? Who takes care of us and all of that?
Well, I hope this is settled on time so that we can move on.
Anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, let's go to this story before we start taking your call. Max Verstappen of Red Bull, he says second place at the Portuguese Grand Prix was the most that he could have achieved. He did his best. He lost his pole position after his best lap was deleted for going beyond track limits. And in the race, he made a small error just before he was passed by eventual winner Lewis Hamilton. So he said on Twitter, I'm quoting him, looking back, I have to say that finishing P2 after a tricky few days was absolutely the maximum for us. He's just 23 years old and he's tracing Lewis Hamilton by just 8 points. At this time last season, he was way off the
standings.
He was way below Lewis Hamilton on the standings. And let's see how he will go this time. We hope that we have a serious competition. Right now, for a couple of years, we've not really had competition since Nico Rosberg left after he won ahead of Hamilton. Yeah, he has not. We've not really seen competition for Hamilton. Hamilton has just been winning the races easily. So maybe now Max Verstappen, Red Bull can give him.
Even Ferrari, we even expect Charles Leclerc to do great stuff this season. You know, having become the number one driver at Ferrari, and also the other drivers who we thought, okay, these guys could give Hamilton a tough run. But Hamilton this season, well, except something is done, I see Hamilton winning the 8th drivers championship.
Okay, I promised you that we're going to take, I can see my lines already blinking, but I promised that we're going to take professional wrestling result Monday Night Raw, because we couldn't do that in the morning. So let's just quickly run through it. Women's tag team action, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the champions. They defeated Lana and Naomi via submission to retain the titles. Reginald is on the interference, helped to turn the title and set up Baszler to lock in the Kirifuda clutch. Then Alexa Bliss, she discussed Lily in Alexa's playground. She said someone had caught the doll's eye, but she didn't mention the person's name. Then Randy Orton and Riddle, they defeated Elias and Jason Riker via a pinfall. Then we also had Angel Garza, who defeated Drew Gulak via pinfall with a wing clipper. Lucha House Party defeated Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin via pinfall. Damian Prince beat John Morrison via pinfall. And then Sheamus defeated Mansoor via disqualification after Humberto Carrillo ran in and attacked Sheamus. Then we had Charlotte Flair defeating Dana Brooke via submission, and a Vignet Ed, which announced that Eva Marie was returning to the WWE. And Raw Tag Team Championship for the men, Omos and AJ Styles, they are the champions. They defeated the New Day via pinfall. AJ Styles hit Xavier Woods with a phenomenal forearm after leaping off Omos's shoulder. Then we also had Bobby Lashley, who was in action against Braun Strowman. It was Bobby Lashley who defeated Braun Strowman with a spear. And we had Drew McIntyre at ringside on commentary. And after the fight, Drew McIntyre got into the ring and hit both men with Claymore kicks to end the show. All right, guys, that's what happened on SmackDown on Monday Night Raw last night. Time for you to join us on the show. Call us on 070-626-39275 or 090-3939-4427. You can also reach us on 081-2178-9154. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
God will bless you now for the analysis. For Jose Mourinho, what do you mean for advance? I may rest for now.
You don't already sign, you don't get the job.
I mean, for take sabbatical rest, maybe like 6 months or 1 year, so that you go gather more oil for your head. Then you come find better club. Maybe you do small because you want. I know this is now one coach so this you don't want stand team for whereas you don't get job. You like the beautiful word of coaching of football. So now I make it the just carry club. So opportunity for us to gather more oil sabbatical for 1 year or 6 months. So that you gather more things for your head. But you don't accept the job, you use and the job. There's a championship today, the two sitting at the PSG. I wish any of them will really need to advance to the final. So I wish them the best of luck.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I'm Credit, your friend. If I need an Obasanus,
Hello.
the mobile phone number.
What is this? Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. This is John from Benin.
All right.
First time caller.
First time caller?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome to the family.
I heard about the sport minister talking about the sports in Nigeria.
The solution of the sports federations.
Yes. Right, Brian, I'm looking at it this way. I won't be surprised if they are not represented in the Olympics. I won't be surprised. Now you have the boss saying they are ought to be changed by June. They were put in place by June 2017 and they have to depart by June. It's by an association. Just few months in the Olympics. Why not wait after the Olympics? And let them go. What will the technical committee do? That the association will not do better. So I won't be surprised if we are not represented. I'm looking at it this way that maybe they don't want to spend money on sports concerning the Olympics one way or the other. They want to. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion, but like I said, I won't be surprised. And for Jose Mourinho, one of my best coaches, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Just another opportunity for him to just survive his career. I know he's a good coach. He's a good coach. He's just like he's a good coach. Anytime, any day, I respect him as a good coach. I just pray he does things better at home.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, hello, guys. Good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Madrid, welcome.
Yeah, listen to guys.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening. Mourinho joining Roma. Roma is a mid club, not really a small club. Like Rosa said earlier, I think he wants to turn their fortune around. I recall before he joined Inter was not doing very well. Inter used to be like a subordinate to AC Milan in the league in the past. But when he joined Inter became the boss of AC Milan in terms of how they were now faring in the league. So I would not be surprised if he turns Roma to that type of a team. I would have expected that he would join Juventus. I was having in mind that probably he would join Juventus.
Yeah.
But I don't really see what Pile is doing there. I don't see what he's doing. If you ask me, he has reduced the quality of Juventus. I don't think Pile is big enough for that job. Mourinho joining Roma, it's good. Let's see what he can do. His last job was a disaster, if you ask me. So let's see if he can use this to rebrand or replace his image. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Yeah. This is Ash from Modern.
Okay, so it's gone.
Yeah, please, I have to know. The money the federal government promised to do for the national festival, has the federal government increased their price? I don't know. I heard from one of the stations that they are yet to redeem their price. I don't know how true is that.
We played the insert of the deputy governor saying that they have not done anything about it. He appealed to the federal government to do so, but up to now, nothing has happened.
It's a very sad situation. I think I will just appeal to the district government to forget about that. Since they were able to hold the event and everything went out successfully, so they should just forget about the money the federal government promised them. And for Mourinho going to Roma, I think it's a very good thing for him. I see that as an avenue for him to redeem his image. For some time now, he has not been doing well, and has been criticized by so many people. I think the management of AS Roma is able to offer the money for him to get the needed players. I think Mourinho doing well in AS Roma. Thank you guys for your job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Fine, good evening, sir.
Good evening. I like the juices down with the Roma.
Yes, sir. From the beginning of next season.
It's a very fast one, though.
and I know that Tottenham will pay a full contract home. And then he will get the guy, he get a new one here. Everybody will sign them, they will pay them. No problem. Congratulations for him. Then I want to quickly ask for yesterday, Ibrahim. I don't know who's down with the bench.
I just gave it out. I just read it.
You have said something about it?
Yes, I just before I started taking calls, that was the last story we looked at.
I just came in when we are now week.
Okay.
I just want to know with the that's and then maybe later I will talk about how.
Hello?
Who's holding the belt now?
The belt is Bobby Lashley is holding the belt, the WWE Championship, while the Universal Championship is with Roman Reigns on SmackDown.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I know on Friday we'll go for SmackDown. All right.
I'm fine, sir.
I put your daughter there. I don't push some prayer for her.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
God bless you.
All right, sir. Hello?
Hello, good evening. It's me, Ustaz. I called back. Is Kelly Amsato going to play today? Is he fit to play?
Is what?
Kelly Mbappe.
He traveled with the team. They said they are going to assess him just before the match, so we don't know whether he will play or not at this time.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, good evening, guy, bro.
Manchester, welcome.
Yeah, Master, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I don't know why people will advise, especially my guy, my main guy, Awuji guy, Danjuma, Zeme Morio Gores. I want God to do I want it. Just be like, what would they do now? So, you know, fearless. Anytime we come, if he take him, I'm happy for him, Sham. He has not a small club like that. I think Morio can turn the club around. Maybe they will start winning trophy. And as for PSG and Man City this evening, well, you know, say I don't feel predict the last one. This one too, I don't feel predict. But I think the better side is go through. I've seen Man City going through, but anything can still happen. I think I would like to watch the match so that let me see my opponent in the final. Because JC has already qualified. That's my belief. So I wish them all the best. And Oga Ibrahim, like this guy that killed his girlfriend, that is trying to protect his image.
Oscar Pistorius.
So somebody like that, because I heard when you say this morning, say whether tomorrow or this weekday is going to appear in court. Then somebody like that, the lawyer will still come out to come and defend him in court. Understand?
Why he will get lawyers now? People will defend him. Everything that happens, you know, you have to look at the circumstances. That's how the law works. So because you think he's guilty, or because you can prove that he actually did it, but what happened? Do you know? You need to hear from him. If he says he thought that it was an invader that was trying to, you know, harm them, and that's why he shot. He didn't know that it was actually his girlfriend in the toilet at that point. So the jury will listen to that. Now the judge will listen, and eventually they will pass judgment. But I think he got sentenced, talking about Pistorius, for that particular incident.
They don't consider in jail until now. I thought he has been released.
Who?
I mean Oscar.
No, Oscar Pistorius. No, it's not been released though. I'll check on that story, but I think the years that he's serving, it's not been released though.
Listen, thank you. I wish them all the best. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, okay, my call back. Yeah. Yes, Madrid uncle. I heard the last caller saying that Chelsea is already in the final. Anyway, I am praying for Chelsea.
They don't know that it's Real Madrid that we are talking about.
I am praying for Chelsea to go through because I want Chelsea to win the Champions League. But this is Real Madrid. And what plays the match is not the players, it's the spirit of Real Madrid. So that is how it is. For those who think that the PSG match and PSG Man City match is over, I heard one of the callers say the other day that there's no PSG can beat them or defeat them with 2 goals or 2 unreplied goals. But I will make him also know that it's possible for PSG to win 2-1 in regulation time and the match goes to extra time. This is the semi-final. PSG is hungry. I think that club has not won the Champions League in the past. So it's the same thing with Man City. So both of them are struggling. So anything can happen in that match. So if let's say if Pep Guardiola's best, let them go and sleep and think that maybe the match has ended the first leg. One of the reasons why they arrested Kylian Mbappe in the weekend was because of this match, so that the injury has not been aggravated. So it's not finished yet. They see a whole lot to play for. So let them go and get ready. Gento and the others, let them prepare for this match. Thank you.
Thank you. And so for Oscar Pistorius, Danchas, I think maybe you got confused by what happened earlier in the case. It was in 2015 that he was temporarily released, and they didn't even release him like that, but they released him into house arrest, because of the judgment that was passed initially. He was found not guilty of premeditated murder, but they found him guilty of manslaughter, and then he was sentenced. But after that case, after he was released into house arrest, the prosecution appealed that case, and so his sentence was extended to. He was initially given a 6-year sentence, but they appealed that it was appealed by the state to a longer sentence, and so the Supreme Court of Appeal increased the prison term to 13 years and 5 months. Okay, so when you look at that, he still has got some time to spend in jail. Hello.
Hello. It's Jose
Mourinho. Yeah, congratulations. You are now the manager of Roma.
Yes, I want to say that my sincere apologies to the Inter Milan fans. It's the same country, but they have to realize that Mourinho is a professional. So, yeah, it's very complicated job because Inter and Italy, Inter fans, Inter people got a special place in our heart. But now I'm a professional. So congratulations to Jose Mourinho. I think Roma is a very big city. Roma is a big team. It's a big club. We are happy to work with them. We will see. We will not say much. We have to get to work. And for the Chelsea and Madrid game, to be honest, I don't know who is going through. I cannot say Chelsea. If you look at the German position, you want to give it to him tactically. Zidane may be carried away a little bit because of the Madrid, figure before back to back. Okay, but sometimes when people are hungry, they don't care if you have won it 10 times. So I think we should see. It can be for Madrid, it can be for Chelsea. As for Paris Saint-Germain, I hope Paris can win. I really hope. Because if Man City wins, wow, somebody is going to be too proud. You know who I'm talking about. So I don't want to mention his name. Anyways, congratulations to all fans of Jose Mourinho and to the family of Jose Mourinho. We look forward to work together in Roma. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's a cue to look at the text messages. See how many we've got here. Okay, Ibrahim, help me tell Jose Mourinho, say Chelsea, we beat Real Madrid. Tony G from RCC. Okay. Good evening, men of sports. Please, Oga Ibrahim, when is the final of the UEFA female league? Who are the finalists? The
finalists, Chelsea ladies, and Barcelona.
And that match is on, I think, on the... Was it on the 15th?
Trying to get...
No, I think it's on Sunday, right?
Yeah, maybe Sunday. Yeah, but this later this month, I think it should be on the Chelsea Barcelona on the 16th. 16th of May, on Sunday at 8 p.m.
It's on the 16th.
16th, 8 p.m.
Dear Sportive, a great coach is one who will be willing to accept a struggling team and transform it to a mega one. Kudos to the special one for accepting the Roma offer. Hope he will be able to make the club greater from Don Morgan. Well, he took Tottenham Hotspur. Did he succeed in making them a mega club? Good evening, sirs. Please, when is Chelsea playing their second leg with Madrid? My name is NYC. That's tomorrow. Today is Manchester City versus PSG. Manchester City to win tonight's match and Chelsea to defeat Madrid tomorrow, and Chelsea beating City in the final. I have dreamt it and it will happen. Oshe Joseph. This one says, Uncle Sally, you recall that before you name 4 big clubs in Italy, Roma will be among. If given free hand to work and back in transfer, Mourinho will excel in Roma. This is from Omo. Okay, so why don't we mention the big 3 now? Just big 3 I mentioned. You want me to extend it to 4? Just as somebody said, some clubs are struggling now to be big, whatever that. Initially, they were part of the big 4. Then when they dropped out of the big 4, they now made it the big 6. And now they are in danger of losing out of the big 6, that maybe we'll have a big 10 later in England. I did not mention any club before they come from my head. I have not mentioned any club. Good prayer, Mr. Egosa. Thanks for your analysis about Mourinho. If Roma doesn't have a big project, trust me, Mourinho will have rejected it the same way he rejected Celtic. Well, did he reject Tottenham Hotspur? Hello, good evening, Oga Ibrahim and Egosa. As regards the Champions League tonight, I'm already seeing Manchester City in the final, as they are ready to consolidate on that 2-1 away win, and I do hope they are to face off with my team, Real Madrid, in the final come later this month. Keep up the good job. Thanks. Hassan texting from University of Benin. Good evening, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Egosa. It's Jude, Man City to win and win the UEFA Champions League for the first time. I think this is their year. I love you guys. Thank you, Jude. Oga Ibrahim, why would CAF ask all its federation to submit names of its clubs for the next CAF competition by June 30, when 90% of the leagues in Africa is still very much on Enyimba blood? Only CAF could answer that question. Hello, but I think there was one time they agreed that they will synchronize the league with Europe, so maybe that's what CAF is looking at. If your country, you do not start when you're supposed to start, that's not CAF's fault. Hello, nobody goes to sleep in a game of football. City knows what is at stake. Arahiri from Ogara. Okay. Good evening, KFM. My name is Sty from Benin. Oga Ibrahim, why are you underrating Chelsea, a club that is not better than Chelsea in Spain? They used to beat Madrid. I don't understand. You are writing CHEESE. That's Cheese, not Chelsea. So I don't really know which club you're talking about. Thank God we now have Amadou Pinnick, a powerful man in CAF FIFA. Let him play that politics with them for Nigeria to win African Footballer of the Year award. Kachi from PZ. Okay. All right, those are the messages. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning on a fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. I'm Sally Ibrahim. I've been doing this with Egosa Beckham. Please stay tuned.